taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Track at Charlotte here on UltimateDirtTV. It's the Miller Family Trucking Esports League, week number 5. I'm Alex Robinson, joined for the first time this season. Brett Wheeler will join me in the booth here, and 360 Wing Sprintcars. It's the ABR Setup Shop 360s. And the real question is, can anyone stop Alex Bergeron, who set quick time with a 13.316? Jeremy St. Louis, Bryce Bailey, Carlin Cure, and Ross Kaiser were your top 5. But Brett, 4 weeks, 4 races, 4 wins for the number 12.
Yeah, it's no surprise to see him at the top of his game as usual in sprint cars, and well, I dare say that after tonight, it's going to be 5 from 5.
Here is heat race number 1 starting on the pole. Team ABR Esports number 12, Alex Bergeron. To the outside, Momentum Sim Sports 92, it's Ross Kaiser.
Landon Cardozo will roll off out of position number 3 on the outside. It's Matteo Bissett.
Don't blink, because Blaine Brink will start inside of row number 3 for LGR Motorsports. To the outside, the 999 of Corey Sibley.
Our third Canadian in this heat race. She drives the number 14 machine. For Team ABR Esports, it's Rebecca Millette out of position number 7. And Donnie Batiste will roll off from position number 8.
Ty Schaefer will start on the inside of row number 5. To the outside, it's Dean Reynolds. And rounding out the field, the 41 of Darren Harrell. So 11 cars here in heat race number 1. Brett Wheeler, do you have the specific car count of how many cars we have checked in here at Charlotte?
Between 41 and 44. And
stacked?
And I say that because if we look at, actually I'm going to say 41, between 41 and 44. I know we've got 4 heat races on the program. We've got 11 cars in heat number 1. If we've got 11 times 4, that's 44, but if you've got 11 and then 3 10-car heat races, well then that gives you 41. So either 41, 42, 43 or 44. That's my official car count.
So over 40 cars in the pits here for tonight. And I think it's been noted here that ever since Alex Bergeron, he knocked off Blake Majulis last week. Majulis was on a win streak as well. So more and more drivers are coming out here because they see these drivers win week in and week out. And everyone wants a chance to knock them off. And we are going to find out here because heat race number 1 is green, the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. Oh boy, contact in the back. That was the 14 of Rebecca Millette, gets caught up in some problems. Caution flag out early here.
Yeah, 10 laps on the board and we are under yellow flag conditions very, very quickly. As you said, Rebecca Millette there, the driver involved in that one. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay, and we'll get this fast forwarded here right now, as here is Rebecca Millette in that number 14 machine. As that El Ratbag Games, the 999 of Corey Sibley just came down the racetrack, and the left rear met the right front, and left rear is always going to win, Alex.
Oh yeah, but this is back-to-back weeks now that Alex Bergeron and Rebecca Millette are in the same heat race. Last week, that was your front row. So talk about an interesting front row last week. The 14 machine going to have a tougher path now to make it into the show. But she's been showing some speed of lately here. And, anything can happen. She could go from this 11th spot and get into one of those top 4 spots.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, you've got 40-odd cars, 40-odd 360 wing sprint cars here at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte at the moment. These 11 cars are fighting for 4 transfer positions. Otherwise, if you're not inside the top 4, Alex, a D main could be on the cards, followed by a C main, a B main, and then if you somehow manage to run the soup, you've got to get set for a 30-lap main event here at Charlotte. So if you're finishing in the back of this one, there's potential to do a fair bit of racing here tonight.
Oh yeah, but again, you never know. That could be a good thing and a blessing in disguise, because you get to see how this track reacts all throughout the night. If you run through the D, the C, and the B in the soup tonight and then get ready for a feature, it helps you if you can get through, but the green flag is out and 11 drivers are looking to not get into one of those 4 spots here. Bergeron is in the charge. There's Kaiser now. Ross Kaiser in the 4 machine. So a little change up of numbers for the Momentum Sim Sport driver, Ross Kaiser.
Yeah, also got a new paint job on that car as well, Alex. I know those Momentum Sim Sports guys and CT Designs have done a wonderful job on their new race cars, and you'll start to see a lot of those cars come out and pop up over the next couple of weeks. But right now, heat race number 1 here of the ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars, of course, presented by the Miller Family Trucking World of Thunder Esports League. Alex Bergeron will lead lap number 4 from Ross Kaiser in the 4 machine in second, Landon Cardoza third, and Bassett rolls in that 4th and final transfer position. Now, 3rd Canadian in the field, Alex.
Talk about the 3rd spot held up right now by Landon Cardoza. We've talked about him, last season, especially over some of the broadcasts on UltimateDirtTV. He showed some speed, and in that 14 machine, you see LGR Motorsports, it looks like, on the side of that wing. So, no, it's not LGR Motorsports. I gotta maybe have to get a better picture on that later on tonight. But the 14 machine of Landon Cardoza has shown some speed, a new paint job, and right now sitting in one of those 4 spots. Blaine Brink, though, he's coming after Bassett for the 4 spot.
Yeah, it might be the LG Racing, so it could very well be the same crew from the LGR Motorsports team. But right now, you are watching Ross Kaiser and Landon Cardoza, as I'll go nose to tail, both run on the start line, just following Alex Bergeron to run. And Bergeron, well, you would have thought that he would have checked out by now, but I tell you what, Ross Kaiser really showing some speed in that number 4 machine.
See, now he's under some pressure, though. Cardoza tries to get to the inside. White flag is out here for heat race number 1. Alex Bergeron out in front. Kaiser in the 2nd spot. Cardoza going to hold on to 3rd right now. Can he throw a move? You see Kaiser goes to the bottom side. He's trying to make a move on the 12 machine of Bergeron, but it's too little too late. Alex Bergeron wins heat race number 1. Ross Kaiser in 2nd, Landon Cardoza and Bassett going to hold on to your 4th and final transfer spot.
Yeah, well done to your top 4, Bergeron, Kaiser, Cardoza and Bassett. Those 4 drivers will transfer directly into tonight's 30-lap main event, I believe it is. So we'll check out your official results just to make sure there are no post-race penalties. And Bergeron, Kaiser, Cardoza and Bassett will grab those top 4. Brink, Sibley, Schaefer, Batiste, Millette, Reynolds and Hall. They'll be off to a B, a C or a D. Heat number 2, Alex, we'll take a look at your starting grid.
Starting on the pole, it's another Canadian. That makes, 4 Canadians already in the field? The number 1 of Jeremy St. Louis to the outside. It's the 26 of Aiden Beerline.
Driving the 10C for LGR Motorsports, it's Colt the West. Well, he'll roll off at a position number 3 on his outside. Drives the number 28 machine. That'll be Jax Yon.
Row number 3, it's Jared Kuno in the 022 machine to the outside. The 36 of Jordan Mayweather.
I'm going to go with, this is just Jackson Gray in the 17 machine out of position number 7, and Garrett Adams will roll off out of position number 8.
William Richardson will start in 9th spot to the outside, the 269 of James Grace, and rounding out the field, it's Kyle Rosick. And I see someone waiting in the wings. It looks like heat race, number 1 winner, Alex Bergeron, and he keeps the hot streak going right now of another quick time, another heat race win, and starting on the pole of another feature event, going for 6 in a row, and I think it's possible here with another good car, it looks like, in that 12.
Yeah, we definitely had a good heat race there. Definitely we have the speed. Hopefully in the future we can do good and great. We're going to start up front, so we just have to keep the momentum of the car and see how the track reacts, and hopefully try to have a bit of luck on our side and try to be all in the future tonight.
Just quickly, what kind of advice do you give to Rebecca right now?
Just just go up to the front, and have confidence. Definitely not the right penalty call there. Definitely not our fault there. Just got the top came down and was not the right call, but we'll take it and go to the front.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, we'll let you get out of here and let you get your car dialed in for the featurette. Alex, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thank you, Brett.
Alex, heat race number 2. I tell you what, good battle right now. Hey, I got to say, Jeremy St. Louis, the man that was scheduled to start on pole, did not make the call, so that moved the inside lane up.
Right here, we are going 3 wide for the 2nd spot. It's Jared Kuno, Coulter West, and Jax Yon. Yon in the 24. We got to talk to him in the pits before this race. And remember, I busted jokes with him. I told him he thinks he's hot right now. winning his slingshot race last night. But guess what? Those slingshot drivers, you're entering a whole new territory as a lot of contact. We're staying green momentarily. We might not after that one. Kuno on his side. Green flag still out, but again, this is a new territory for that 24 machine of Jack John. He has guys like Beerline, West, Mayweather, Gray. All these guys who have speed. Can he hold on here for one of these 4 spots?
Now, I'll tell you what, right now he runs in second spot and he rides a cushion, just jumps the cushion, gets into the concrete wall in turn number 1 and 2. Aiden Beerline, he is just gone in that number 13 machine. Just you might as well write the checkered flag in heat race number 2 for him. Now look at Coulter West. West going to slide job Yon down into turn number 1 and 2. Yon turns it back under there. So a good battle for second and third. And now going to bring in the other 13 of, how do you pronounce that name, Alex?
It's Mayweather.
Mayweather. Kind of like Mayweather. Going to throw some haymakers.
Oh, yeah, especially at this track, dirt track at Charlotte, known for some haymakers here. We saw it earlier in the night. Cup Cars threw some haymakers at Bristol, so now we come to Charlotte. Oh, boy. Speaking of haymakers, that's a haymaker there, but, ooh, green-white checker. Hey, Mr. Wheeler.
Yes, buddy. You know what's coming.
The curse lives on.
Well, hey, it's not bad. It's our first green-white checker of the night so far.
There it is. Gray and Mayweather getting into it there. Gray tried to go and squeeze. Well, he tried to squeeze into a tight spot there, and it did not end well.
Well, he did get the run. I gotta say, it's just kind of unlucky. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You're on the outside, you get a run, and the car just comes up, and unfortunately, the pair make contact. No doubt he'd be probably hot under the collar right now. I know if that was me in the car, I'd be hot under the collar, but I mean, you've just got to think back and just, well, that's just hard racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
One thing I wanted to talk to Alex Bergeron about, but we were already in the depths of heat race number 1. He brought out a whole handful of Canadians already out here in the first 2 heat races. I mean, St. Louis did not make the call, but 4 Canadians in the first 2 heat races. So he's bringing them out in numbers here tonight.
Yeah, he's certainly gathered up the troops. Well, I mean, everybody needs to beat Bergeron. He's going for about 900 wins in a row in sprint car competition here in World of Thunder Esports League. Who was the last person to beat him? I think it was at Bristol, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah, it was Bristol. It was the end of that season, and it was the first time he lost. So he's been on a hot streak, only losing 1 race out of more about 15, 16 races.
Yeah, I was going to say there was 10 in the sprint, there was 10 in the 410s, and we're, race number 5 in this one already. So, you know, you're looking at 15 races, and he's only been beaten once.
Hot streak is on, but the 13A, he's looking to knock off the number 12 because Aiden Beerline, he's going to win heat race number 2. Jack Sion holds on to second. Coulter West and Jordan Mayweather will be your 4 going on to your feature event, bearing any post-race penalties.
Yeah, I don't think that there'll be any. There might be a post-race penalty, or not so much a post-race penalty, but an A-main penalty given because these drivers are told every week in and week out, race after race, do not wreck your car after the race. Aiden Beerline, I don't know whether that was intentional. I only sort of caught the end of it. Aiden Beerline had basically done a 360 going into turn number 3, so that might spell drama for Aiden Beerline. And again, you know, these drivers are told every race, do not wreck your car after the checkered flag comes out. If you're in a real race car, you're not going to go out and just run your car into the wall for the fun of it. It's as simple as that.
But again, Beerline, Yon, West, and Mayweather are your top 4. Adams, Graves, Gray, Richardson, Rosick, Kuno, and St. Louis will go through the soup later on tonight. And here he is, your heat race number 2 winner, Aiden Beerline. And talk about another dominating performance in a heat race here. Now you'll be starting on the outside front row against Alex Bergeron.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice 2 weeks in a row to be able to win my heat. Hopefully this time we don't mess it up or give out any wrecks like we did last week and are able to hopefully we can finish with top 3 this week, unlike last week.
And you see the car count tonight, a very impressive car count here for the dirt track at Charlotte. Track getting a little wear and tear here, so you're going to have to bring the A game here this feature.
Yeah, definitely. I like this track a lot better when it's rougher, more slick. Definitely comes more to my driving style.
That is your heat race number 2 winner of Aiden Beerline, and here's heat race number 3 on the front row. Look at this, making his season debut. It's the 2 of Bryce Bailey to the outside, Joshua Stanky.
Dalton Collins and Sean Sheehan will roll off in row number 2.
Eric Pike and Jordan Gage, that's row number 3.
Bill Miller, Dakota Kuhn, row 4.
Rounding up the field is Timothy Korkiakowski and Caleb Brockman. 10 cars in heat race number 3. 4 go on to the feature event. Green flag is out. Oh, man, look at Bryce Bailey's paint scheme.
That's not...
New Yorker. Oh, no, it is Bryce Bailey.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, let's not look at the race car. Oh, Steinke and Dalton Collins, yellow is out. Oh, boy.
Yeah, apparently they knew that you didn't want to see that paint scheme, so they made the camera go to them. So here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. This is a tough break for the 80 machine of Joshua Stanky. Remember, he had a phenomenal run the past week, and he gets into the back of the 95 machine. He gets into the wall then. The 95 machine goes around as well.
Yeah, that's Dalton Collins. Now, there's 2 95s. Dalton Collins in the first 95, and then you just seen the green one pop into screen. That is Dakota Kuhn as well. I believe he's making his season debut. But there's Collins with a slide job. Steinke did nothing wrong here. He just went to turn to the inside with the crossover. Unfortunately, the right rear just caught the left rear and just gets a little tight. Then the rear end slaps the concrete, slaps the cushion, and it is all she wrote from there. And Dalton Collins, bit of contact as well. Hello, Steve. Welcome everybody else to Ultimate Dirt TV or the ABR 7-shot 360 winged sprint cars, Alex.
Now we're going to talk about it here. The New Yorker of Bryce Bailey. I don't know what the friendship is, but he's rocking the 69K, driven in real life by Lance Deweese. The workshop's down the street here, so I, am a porch sitter, and the porch is literally facing that way. So, it's nice to see that. Speaking of the 69K, Mr. Wheeler, he knocked up win number 100 at Williams Grove Speedway this past weekend.
That's not hard when you only run that track.
Does not only run that track. Thank you very much, Mr. Wheeler. Don't you start this argument with me.
You knew that it was coming. As soon as I seen the paint scheme coming, that paint scheme was just going to start an argument.
That paint scheme is historical, and Bryce Bailey is out in front, as he already said, sayonara, boys. He got right back to work here. Sean Sheehan in the second spot. Jared Pike in third. As you see, there's Bill Miller, Jordan Gage. Remember, those two finished on the podium of those Cup cars, and right now, Gage holds on to the fourth spot. Pike goes to the inside, gets contact between him and the 18 of Sheehan. So that battle was for your second spot, but here comes Gage, here comes Miller.
Yeah, Gage moves up into position 4. He rides the cushion, now cuts it back down to the middle of the racetrack. Gage looking to the inside on Sheehan, down the back straightaway. Gage third place running the Cup cars, now looking for third place here in heat race number 3. Meanwhile, Bill Millie's got Dakota Kuhn to deal with, but at the moment, Jordan Gage holds on to the final transfer position.
And Bill Miller, right now, these are the spots that decipher a B main, a C main, or a D main here from 5th to 10th. It'll decipher where you go in the soup later on tonight. Right now, Bill Miller is holding on to a spot in the B main if he can hold on to the 5th spot. And he'll be starting up front in that B main if he can hold on. But Jordan Gage right now is under some pressure because here comes the 34.
Yeah, just FYI, 41 cars signed into the pit area, and I can just gather that by what we see in heat number 3 here. What we have, 11 cars for heat 2? So in fact, it'll be 42 cars. It'll be 41 or 42 cars. But right now, it is all Bryce Bailey. Pike running in second. Sheehan third. Jordan Gage in the 4th and final transfer position. But 2 laps left to run for Bryce Bailey.
And you see on the front, I think it says Comet. And Bryce Bailey on that restart, I think he shot off like a comet there. Yep, that's what it says on the front of that 69K. Oh, no, it's not. It's conduit. I don't know.
Conduit.
Yeah, that. You know better than I do. I don't read.
You don't math either, but hey, 1 plus 2 or 10 plus 9 is 21, and we've got 1 to go. And the fact the checkered flag is going to be at this time by Alex.
And it is Bryce Bailey with the win, Jareth Pike, Sean Sheehan, and Dakota Kuhn, your top 4.
You just missed a
going.
moment. You just missed a moment on what you could have just said then, Alex.
I wasn't even.
Out of turn 4, you could have said, and Lance DeWeese gets the win.
No.
Yeah, you're right, because he doesn't go to Charlotte, does he?
No.
Yeah, it's too far for him, eh?
But Bryce Bailey wins. Jareth Pike, Sean Sheehan, and Dakota Kuhn, your top 4. Gage, Miller, Corky Akowski, Collins, Brockman, and Stanky going on to the Alphabet Soup later on. And coming home with the win, making his debut, Bryce Bailey. And man, oh man, talk about a dominating performance in that heat race.
Yeah, we were pretty good out of the gate. We started to lose some there at the end. It just got a little loose on me on entry. We just got to make some adjustments for the feature, and I think we'll be all right.
I gotta ask you, what's the go with the paint scheme?
I don't know. I had it on because I was screwing with Lance actually, and then I just forgot to change it.
There's your answer, Brett Wheeler. But right now, you know that 69K Lance parked in Victory Lane Friday night. Can you do the same here tonight at Charlotte?
Yeah, I think we have something good for the feature here. I hope it gets across the middle, gets really slick, and just kind of rubbers down. And hopefully we can get something across the middle.
Your heat race number 3 winner of Bryce Bailey. Here we go. Heat race number 4 on the pole. It's Carlin Cure to the outside. Clayton Davies in the 50.
Austin Stern will roll off out of position number 3, and Ryland Gray lines up from position at number 4.
Row number 3. Joe Howe in the 43 to the outside. It's Turbo of Stephen Turbeville.
Bowen Smith lines up out of position at number 7, and another Canadian. I have no idea how to pronounce that first name. Have you got a first name on that one? Lois? Luke Bernier.
Bo Krebs in the 168 will start 9th. Grant Jones will start to the outside, and Native Pride Racing 92. Corey Austin rounds out 11 cars in heat race number 4. 4 go on, the rest go on to the Alphabet Soup.
And Corey Austin, Alex, did not make the call for heat number 4. This is your 4th and final heat. Before, I dare say, we will have a C main. And then, of course, we'll have a B main, and followed by a warm-up session, and then the A main. But the green flag is out. We are underway. Austin Stern now looking to the inside there on Clayton Davies, and Davies to the outside. Davies back to second. Here comes Ryland Gray working the top side in the Gray Auto 06 machine. Here he comes. He rails the cushion and now sweeps back to the inside. Look at Gray now going from 4th to 2nd, and it is short-lived because the yellow is out.
Caution flag is out, and I have a feeling the 168 of Bo Krebs is involved. So is Stephen Turbeville. You saw him smoking there on the back straightaway. So here's your UltimateDirtTV instant replay. And there is the 168 machine of Bo Krebs right there. And oh boy. A lot of problems. Krebs into the wall. There's Turbeville. Turbeville goes on his side there.
You hate to see it. Sorry, Turbo.
And who was the red car?
Bowen Smith, I think. Yeah, Bowen Smith.
Smith, the other Pennsylvania guy. Another legendary paint scheme.
Who drives that? Who drives that paint scheme? I have no idea who drives that paint
There's
scheme.
a few. Greg Hodnick drove it for a few years, and also Freddie Raymer drove it as well. But by the looks of that one, it looks like a Freddie Raymer accident there, because when Raymer drove it, he was known as the Apple Turnover for that exact reason.
All right, well, there you go. Alex giving us some wonderful insight from PA, right at the home of the porch sitters.
You know the best part, Wheeler?
Look,
that trailer,
even if I said no, you're still going to tell me, Alex, but go ahead.
Absolutely, that trailer's 5 minutes away from me as well. So, there's always some historic piece of racing that you will find in Pennsylvania. But green flag is back out, and the 7 machine of Carlin Cure is back out in front. Clayton Davies, though, he's not going to let Ryland Gray even try and catch up to him, as Gray is back into the 4th spot. Austin Stern house into 3rd there. So Austin Stern back into a transfer spot in that 75 machine.
Now look at Joe Howe with a slide job there on Ryland Gray. Gray was quick in the first lap and a half. Now he's unsettled. He's not in that rhythm. He'll slide back up in front of Hal. This is your battle for that fourth and final transfer spot. We are working lap number 4. So this time by 6 laps left to run. Hal and Gray. Slide jobs galore. The haymakers have been served.
You see, look at these 3 cars right here. You have ABR setup shop on the LGR machine. You have the 43 with also ABR setup shop. You have SSR on the side of Rylan Gray's car. So a lot of setup shops on these sponsored cars here. Rylan Gray, though, going to split the odds there. Slides up in front of the 75. Oh, boy. Stern has to check up. Problems there for the 75X of Austin Stern now. Joe Howe gets into the 4th spot.
That was a big move there by Rylan Gray. Tell you what, Joe Howe done well as we are yellow. And this is going to bunch the field back up. Stephen Turbeville, I believe it was. There he is in the number 4 machine. Oh, that might be another crash. Let's get the right Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Here it is. And Bernier as well. I believe he may have had some dramas. Ouch. Are you hungry, Alex? Like I know you just
not for that big of a slider.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, I know you just had some chicken, but man, that was a big right rear.
That's too big of a slider for me to be hungry for right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talked about Mayweather there, but that was a right hook.
Yeah, there was no ducking away from that one, as lights will go out next time by on the iRacing.com pace truck. Clayton Davies in the Ace Esports Western Machine Shop SRT Australia P1 Advanced Racewear and the CD Cinematography entry. He's very good around this type of racetrack, and just noting as well, just before we went to that yellow flag, he's actually gone to the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2, so different strategy coming out for Clayton Davies. But Alex, we are looking at 3 laps left to run. So not a green-white checker, but we can have a green-white checker.
We will not. We will. Maybe. Possibly. No.
Yeah, no, we've got 3 laps to go. Trust me. Don't question my math.
No. But you look at the track now as the green flag comes back out. The track here is getting slick already. And remember what Bryce Bailey said about this track getting from slick top to bottom here. It might happen. We might have to see where everyone else's head goes throughout that, because we still have consolations to run. But Clayton Davies, he takes over your lead. Here we go. 2 to run for Clayton Davies.
What did I tell you, Alex? He was running the bottom side. And I picked up on that just before we went yellow before. He goes to the bottom and then slides it up to the top side in 3 and 4. He's got the run. Clayton Davies, a calculated drive here in heat race number 4. Your 4th and final heat race of the night. But he's going to get through turn number 3 and 4. He will look to do so. Checkered flag is out. Clayton Davies will win your 4th and final heat. Carly Keeler home in 2nd. Rylan Gray 3rd. Joe Howe going to round out the 4 cars that will transfer into the main event, and everybody else will. Unfortunately, well, it's time for those drivers to go to consolation racing.
You see there, Grant Jones gimping across the finish line. We'll have to see if he goes a lap down or if he made it to the finish line. As you see him, he's real close to it, but the gas was not enough to make him there. So here we go, your heat race results for heat race number 4. And again, Clayton Davies, Carlin Cure, Joe Howe, and Rylan Gray were your top 4. Bowen Smith, Grant Jones, Austin Stern, Loic Bernier, Stephen Turville, Bo Krebs, Corey Austin will go on to a C or a B main. And here is your final heat race winner of the night. It was Clayton Davies. And talk about what that track was like there in heat race number 4. The bottom side, Brett, talked about it mid-race there when that caution came out. He saw you going to the bottom side, and later on it happened to give you the lead.
Yeah, I kind of kept that little trick up the bag of the sleeve just in case I needed it, and I was lucky enough to get that late race caution to get a chance to throw it, and I didn't really expect it to work as good as what it did. I thought I might have pulled even, but no, definitely stoked to pull the move and get the win in that late race.
You see the competition here that already is locked in. You see the competition in the C and the B mains that you don't have to run here, but a stout competition on a really slick surface, and it's going to get even slicker here after these consies.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just going to be now just kind of watch the track and see how we go, trying to make sure we just read the track right, and hopefully by the feature we should be pretty on the money with the setup.
Is your heat race number 4 winner of Clayton Davies.
Well, there we go. Alex, C main on track. Donnie Batiste start alongside William Richardson in row number 1.
Colton Collins and Loic Bernier will start in row number 2.
Rebecca Millett alongside Kyle Rozek out of positions 5 and 6. That's row 3.
Jill Brockman on the inside. Stephen Turbeville, that's row number 4.
Dean Reynolds and Jared Kuno, 9 and 10th in row number 5.
11th, it'll be Joshua Stanky. To the outside, it's Bo Krebs.
Darren Hall, Jeremy St. Louis, along with Corey Austin, are your 15 drivers in tonight's C main. Alex, 13 of those drivers have made the call to the racetrack. Bo Krebs, Corey Austin, they are done here in the ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars as we take the top 4. Alex, your C main about to start.
Pink flag is out now. The one thing we got to watch out for, that one machine of Jeremy St. Louis. Remember, he went second quick in qualifying here. Has to start in the back after missing his heat race. So can he make it up already? He's up to 8th. So watch that number 1 machine of Jeremy St. Louis. He is already up to 8th here. He does 4 more spots to get into a transfer spot.
Keep an eye on Joshua Steinke. Oh no, Steinke. Things just go from bad to worse. He's been lucky to put 5 laps together in tonight's racing, but man, tough break for the 80 machine, the Black Diamond Motorsports. St. Louis now putting a slide job on the 29 of William Richardson. Richardson back to the inside. We are yellow on the raceway.
There he is already. Made it within 4 laps. St. Louis gets up to a 4th spot there. So that second quick time was not a fluke. But here's your UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Kyle Rozek in the 602 machine goes into turn 1 and 2. Slides up the raceway. Here comes the 22 machine. Oh, boy. Oh. Well. Apparently it's fight night here at Charlotte. Man got hit and got hit hard.
Yeah, unfortunately, driver's not been able to check up in time, but tell you what, Donnie Batiste has done a fantastic job so far in this C main with a driver with a guy that doesn't run sprint cars all that often. I mean, he seems to have a good grasp on how the cars react.
Look at the guys who have had strong seasons in the sprint cars. You have Donnie Batiste, who's made some feature appearances. Bill Miller, Jordan Gage. Those are guys we saw last season put up some good finishes in the street stock division. In the modifieds, they've had some strong seasons. But you look at it. Between Batiste, Gage, and Miller, they have had a coming out season here. In season 13, they've been man on mission, and they've been making features left and right.
So they have, as here we go. Pace truck is in. We're back to green this time by Donnie Batiste and Dalton Collins on the front row. Rebecca Millett alongside William Richardson in row 2. It's only the top 4 that will transfer to the back of the B main. And we are green once again here at the dirt track at Charlotte with Donnie Batiste. Here comes Millett now. Look at Richardson trying to go to the outside, but don't worry about that because here comes St. Louis down to the bottom. So 3 wide, now nearly going to make it 4 wide. Oh man, what a move by Richardson on the outside.
Gets slid there. St. Louis now into the 2nd spot. Here comes Richardson now, side by side with Millett, the 14 machine. Rebecca Millett on the bottom side. Batiste must have saw something there in heat race number 4 as he goes to the bottom. But St. Louis is your new leader now. Batiste is under fire. Rebecca Millett tries to go to the inside there. Here comes the 95 machine. That's Dalton Collins now trying to get in the mix as well. Batiste drops back to 3rd. William Richardson, he back into the 4th spot here, but St. Louis is your leader. Millett, those two looking to join Alex Bergeron in the feature event.
Tell you what, Richardson just got into the back of Batiste, and now Dalton Collins, a man that was involved in the first caution, or one of the cautions earlier on this evening, finds himself in 5th position, so 1 spot out of a transfer. as we come to the yellow flag, and I believe it is going to be Jared Kuno. And Kuno, what, Alex? Good chat, good chat.
Great chat.
Great chat, great chat. Just jump the cushion, gets around and tries to, well, he does successfully stop, but he parks it a little bit on the racetrack, and part of the iRacing flagman says, yeah, that's good enough for me to throw the caution flag out. What about Jeremy St. Louis? 14th he started in this one, and now into the race lead.
Again, we talked about it. I told you at the beginning of this C-Main, he was one to keep your eye on. Went second quick in qualifying, misses a heat race, and now he is at the front of the C-Main. Again, top 4. And you look at the front two, St. Louis and Millette, 2 Canadians trying to join Bergeron in the feature event. Can they have 3 Canadians in the feature event with St. Louis and Millette? Those two have to go through the LCQ if, and that's just if, they hold on to one of these 4 spots.
Well, I dare say that St. Louis will get the win. Let's hopefully we can see Rebecca Millette finish inside the top 4 and just get her into the B main at least, so she can have a chance at getting a top 8 spot in the B main. She certainly got the best iRacing driver in her back pocket, helping her and guiding her along the way. Alex, we work and start lap number 8, so 5 laps remaining.
Jeremy St. Louis in the one machine. He goes to the bottom. He slides up. Now St. Louis is your leader. Millette, though, gaining some speed on the top side. Batiste still holds on to third. Under pressure, though, by Dalton Collins. But look at this up front here. It's the one of St. Louis, but Millette is keeping pace now with that one machine. Millette goes to the inside. That's the 14 machine. She goes to the inside here of St. Louis. St. Louis, though, on the top. Man, you saw it there on the outside. Caution flags out. And Brett Wheeler. Green, white, checkered.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just noticing as well, Rebecca actually went to the bottom in 3 and 4. It seems like there's a bit of drive there on the exit of turn 4, but right in the center of 3 and 4, I think that's where they're going to be losing their speed, because they're going to get off the gas so much to drive through the slick to try and grab that moisture down on the bottom side. I think that's what's hurting, the likes of Millette, who's trying to run the bottom, although she only went there once just before the yellow flag came out. So I wouldn't be surprised to maybe start to see maybe in the B main next to see drivers go bottom, for at least 4 or 5 laps. Holy cow, that scared the absolute pants off me. I was not expecting. Tyler, thank you very much for the 100 stars, buddy. Appreciate it.
Oh, man.
Honestly, I'm trying to stay awake.
You were up early tonight, this morning. One of those times, whatever time it is for you.
It's 10:30. I've been up since like 5:30.
Oh man, do you see who actually joined us now in our C main? Do you see who's in the comments and actually joined us tonight?
Yeah.
Trisha Payne. Better late than never. She gets to catch our feature event here, which is, can anyone? That's going to be the conversation throughout the night. Can anyone knock off Alex Bergeron? He won 2 races last week. He missed the Cup cars, but Brett Wheeler had some words about those big men and the Cup cars. But now Bergeron looking to go 2 for 2 again this week. Can he do it? We will find out.
Tyler, you're an absolute animal. Again, scaring the pants off me. Thank you for the 1,000 stars along with the 100 that you sent before. I appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate all the support you've given to us here on UltimateDirtTV. St. Louis with a green-white checker will lead down the back straight away. Rebecca Millette, she started in 5th position, and she's up to 2nd. So good drive by the young girl from Canada. They run 1 and 2 as we head off into the final lap, Alex.
St. Louis is your leader. Rebecca Millette in 2nd. Batiste and Collins hold on to your 4 spots. And through 3 and 4, it's St. Louis wins. Millette in 2nd. Batiste in 3rd. Dalton Collins in 4th. So the Americans and the Canadians split those final 4 transfer spots to your LCQ.
Just out of curiosity, I had to go and check the last lap times, and that's what you would have seen there come up on screen as the checkered flag come out, because I seen Rebecca go to the bottom, whereas St. Louis was just running his consistent line, and 3/10 of a second off. So, well, maybe that bottom side is nowhere near as fast as what it looks. As C-Main results, Jeremy St. Louis home with the win. Rebecca Millette in second, Donny Batiste third, and Dalton Collins unofficially, officially I should say, in fourth. Those 4 drivers going to tag the back of the B-Main. And your B-Main is up now, Alex.
Starting on the pole, don't blink for LGR Motorsports. Blaine Brink to the outside to 13 of Garrett Adams.
Row number 2 is Jordan Gage and Bowen Smith out of position at number 4. Sorry, Alex, I don't know what I was doing.
Did you blink?
Dude, honestly, I'm a space cadet right now. I'm just staring through my screen. Not staring at it, I'm staring through it.
Row number 3, the 999 of Corey Sibley to the outside, the 269, it's James Grace.
Bill Miller starts position at number 7, and Grant Jones lines up from position number 8.
Ty Schaefer will start on the inside of row number 5 to the outside, it's Jackson Gray.
We'll go back to Timothy Korkiakowski and Austin Stern out of position at number 11 and 12.
Position number 13, it's Jeremy St. Louis to the outside, the 14 for Team ABR, it's Rebecca Millette.
And we go back to Donny Batiste and Dalton Collins in your 8th and final row positions at number 15 and 16. Alex, so half the field in this one is going to transfer, and half the field, well, it's time we say goodbye to them.
Oh, Brett Wheeler, there's a little challenge out there. Tyler Schultz said another 500 if you can guess who is in the 3rd spot on lap number 20 of our A main event.
Clayton Davies.
You're going to go with Davies. You know what? I'm going to go with Beerline. So now we have 2 chances.
Yeah, and look, I'm just getting word through that Steve McMillan has just picked Bryce Bailey as well, so there we go.
So here we go. Your LCQ green flag is out. Blaine Brink, he's going to go. Oh, boy. Look at just, I don't know what to say about that start there, as he just shot off like a rocket, and everyone else behind him must have blinked because, well, he went off there, but now Jordan Gage, he's to the inside there. Those 2 battling it out, and caution, flag is out.
Yeah, blinking, you might miss it. Just another word as well. Jerry Vansickle has just popped in, and he has just said the rest of the field.
Jerry Vansickle is a creative man. Why didn't we think about that one?
Well, I just made it up, so.
You want to be honest, though, that's something that Jerry Vansickle would say.
Absolutely. Carl Schaefer in the 29 machine. A driver that is relatively new. I think he had his first league race here with World of Thunder last week. Where were we last week? Kokomo, weren't we? Yeah, Kokomo.
Wait, but if you go back and look at that, someone absolutely flipped on one of those infield tractor tires there. I think it might have been Grant Jones there. But man, oh man, paid the price big time and hit one of those tires. We saw him flipping on the bottom of the screen there on that replay. And those tires hurt.
Yes, I've met those tires a couple of times. I tried to move them. Guess what? They didn't budge.
Yeah, no. They usually don't.
Tyler Schultz technically got 4 chances because Jerry Vansickle, like I said, I'm claiming that he's just picked the rest of the field.
Do you know one thing that I actually want to test out? We might have to do that later on tonight. If you're down, we might have to bring the Cup cars here and see if the Cup cars face the same wrath of those tractor tires as anything else.
Yeah, I tell you get one taste of Cup cars at Bristol Dirt, and you want to take the Cup cars everywhere, Alex. You know what?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? I'm digging it. I'm down. Let's try them.
We're going to do that later on tonight. We'll tell you how that happens. But, oh, man, here we go. Problems there for Garrett Adams. Drops all the way back there. Now Jordan Gage. But look at this. Jeremy St. Louis as they all go back into it. St. Louis now into a transfer spot. Here comes Millette now as well. Millette going to get into a transfer spot now. A lot of movement and grooving throughout this field. Some beating, banging in these sprint cars here. But all is fine and dandy because Rebecca Millette now battling it out for a transfer spot. Jeremy St. Louis up into the wall. as he was up into the 5th spot, now into the 6th spot under some pressure because here comes Stern, here comes Korkiakowski, here comes Millette, and oh man, we're going to take it 3 wide.
I tell you what, she's giving it to the boys right now. She's showing the men how to drive up on the cushion. Rebecca Millette to the outside. She moves into 7th. Timothy Korkiakowski is now running in that 8th and final transfer spot. Austin Stern as we go yellow. Alex, St. Louis and Millette from the C main. From the back of this one from 13th and 14th. They are now inside the top 8. They sit 6th and 7th. What a run.
What a run indeed. But we're going to check out this Ultimate Dirt TV. Oh, no, we're not.
Nah, we're not. I don't know who it was. I think they just threw the yellow flag for the fun of it. I think Jacques might have been out there actually.
But you know the one thing we talk, you know about how in Pennsylvania you have the Outlaws versus the Posse, but here in World of Thunder, no. But here's the great comparison. In World of Thunder, you have the United States versus the Australians, and the Australians versus the Canadians in the sprint car division, especially because you have Davies, you have Clayton Tilley. Those guys come in with some speed, but then you have St. Louis and Millette and Bergeron come in with some speed, and then you have guys not in attendance tonight, but still dominating performance always is the 41 of Logan Rumsey, Kenny Miller, Kendall Tucker. I mean, it's an all-nation affair here. The competition is great, but you got to agree that that's a great comparison, especially when you look here on iRacing.
I got an even better comparison. It's Alex Bergeron versus iRacing.
No, we can't just do that.
Yeah, well, iRacing drivers, I should say.
You can't say that because that's like saying Kyle Larson versus the world, but no.
Well, I mean, it's a very good comparison. Both very good at what they do. And both can win in PA.
Oh, yeah. Larson didn't do that yet this year, so I don't care.
Larson's won in PA before, hasn't he?
Not this year.
This year, you're a clown. You're a clown, Alex.
Listen here. I'll call last year a fluke as much as I please. But there we see St. Louis in the one machine. He is trying to gain some more positions right now. There goes Millette now to the inside. And here we go. Remember that C-main battle. Millette is not letting it go. She is coming after the one machine of St. Louis, and she is trying to gain every single position to get to that one machine. Oh, man, we're going to almost take it 3 wide here. The 999 of Sibley, the 269 of Grace, and the 14 of Millette. Here we go. These battles are for starting spots right now because they're all in the feature event. Austin Stern holds on that final spot, and here he comes into the mix as well.
Well, let's hope we don't see deja vu for the 14 because she was involved, remember, in heat race number 1 with an incident with Corey Sibley. And race control, I think, going off what Bergeron said, that they called Rebecca Millette at fault for that one, which, well, I mean, we're not going to get into, but I think they were wrong on that one.
Here you see Millette in the 5th spot right now. St. Louis, look at this for a second. St. Louis is up to the 2nd spot. Remember, he started in position number 13 up to 2nd. So that is a run. Millette as well, running through that C main now into the 5th spot. So these two cars are gaining positions left and right. Donnie Batiste, another car in the C main. He is gaining from now. He's trying to get into the mix here for that A spot as well. So keep an eye on it, and keep an eye on that tower on the left because there's so much action and not enough eyes to keep an eye on everything there. But this battle for the A spot, Fallon Smith holds on. Corey Sibley in the 9th spot. Donnie Batiste there as well. Austin Stern as well. So everyone coming after Fallon Smith.
Well, Fallon Smith in that number 12 machine. He's got the final ticket to the main event. Speaking of the final tickets, into turn number, or down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Blaine Brink will lead every lap of your B main. He will go and put it into the big show. Jeremy St. Louis in 2nd. 3rd will go to Jordan Gage. 4th at the line is going to be Rebecca Millette. Good job, James Grace in 6th. Timothy Korkiakowski along with Bowen Smith in that 8th and final transfer position. Alex, let's see if it is official right now. Your B main results coming up on screen.
So there it is. Brink with the win. St. Louis, Gage, Miller, Millette, Grace, Korkiakowski, Smith going on to the show. Sibley, Stearns, Batiste, Adams, Gray, Collins, Jones, and Schaefer will miss the feature here tonight. It's time for them to get those pro late models out. That will come up in an hour time. So we're going to see here. And while we see if our B main winner comes in for a little chat, Brett Wheeler. There you see it. Championship Tour is going on right now. It's season 13. This is the ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Coming up next, the Extreme Savage Pro Late Models presented by 127 Industries, where last week, for the first time in the season, somebody knocked off the 127 of Blake Majolas, and that was the 12 of Alex Bergeron. Bergeron has not been knocked off at all in these sprint cars here, so can somebody knock him off tonight? We'll have to find out. Again, the little competition now as Tyler Schultz put in 3 chances, 1 winner. And Brett Wheeler, we have Beerline, we have Davies, and we have Bailey picked for that one. But here it is, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join me back here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Fix super late models for the United We Stand American National. It's the road to the United We Stand American Nationals here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. $100 to win at a main event. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be another dominating race, because you know there's going to be some big names showing up for that race here at Charlotte, at the Dirt Track at Charlotte Speedway. Brett Wheeler,
Yeah, mate.
What are your feelings now going in this feature? You've run these sprint cars. You've run this track. Looking at this track now, what are the feelings going in the A main?
Just having a look from above the racetrack, it's pretty slick from top to bottom. I'm expecting maybe 3/4 lap the racetrack, or even through the middle in turns number 1 and 2. And then looking at 3 and 4, I dare say that they're going to be running the slider line, or they'll do the same. They'll enter mid-track in turns 3, and then they'll be grabbing that cushion on the exit of turn number 4. So who knows, the bottom side might come back in, but yeah, these drivers are really tearing up this racetrack, and it is going to be pretty slick from the get-go. And take Bergeron out of the equation. If Bergeron was not here, who in this field would go to victory lane?
You know what? I'm going to go with... Who would I go with? You know what? I'm going to go with the guy who's rocking the 69K paint scheme, Bryce Bailey.
I knew that was coming, because I was going to pick him.
Yeah.
Okay, right. You know what? I'll take Beerline. He's been pretty quick. If he can just have a little bit of luck on his side, who knows what might happen. I'll tell you what will happen, though. Our UltimateDirtTV starting grid is about to come on your race screen.
I'll let you lead us off, Mr. Wheeler.
All right, Bowen Smith will start position number 24. Timothy Kiakowski will start position number 23.
22nd is the 269 of James Grace to the inside. Team ABR 14. It's Rebecca Millette.
Bill Miller will start outside row 10 out of position number 20 to the inside out of position number 19. It'll be Jordan Gage.
Starting in the 18th spot, the one machine of Jeremy St. Louis to the inside, the 21 for LGR Motorsports. Don't blink, because it's Blaine Brink starting in 17th.
Joe Howe will roll off out of position number 16. Dakota Kuhn in the 95, position number 15.
Gord Mayweather in the 38 machine will start 14th to the inside. It's Mateo Bassett in the 21.
We go to the first 6 rows. Rylan Gray will start from position number 12, and on the inside, out of position number 11, it's Sean Sheehan.
Coulter West will start in the 10th spot in the 10C for LGR Motorsports to the inside. It is the 11 of Landon Cardoza.
Carlin Kilmer drives a car number 7. He'll start position number 8, and Jareth Pike will roll off from position number 7.
Starting in the 6th spot, the 28th from Pennsylvania, it's Jax Young to the inside. Momentum Sim Sports, Ross Kaiser.
Row number 2 on the outside, heat race number 4 winner for AC Sports. It's Clayton Davies. And to the inside, heat race number 3 winner. He drives the 69K entry. That is Bryce Bailey.
And on your front row, it is the 13A of Aiden Beerline. And on the pole, Team ABR Esports, the 12. He is a 3-time NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Champion. It is Alex Bergeron. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your feature grid here tonight. And we talked about who's going to win here if the 12 machine can't do it. We said who's going to knock it off. I picked the guy rocking that 69K paint scheme. It's Bryce Bailey. And Brett Wheeler, who'd you pick again?
Aiden Beerline, buddy. Aiden Beerline.
You picked Beerline. So, can somebody do it, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to find out.
Actually, I'm going to change my pick.
Uh-oh.
The first car across the finish line.
Ah, yeah, you're so creative.
I had to go for it.
Good thing you cut me off because you didn't bother to tell me we have 5 extra laps because you know what time it is. It's they giving the signal to these drivers to show the greatest sight in motorsports, the 4 wide salute. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Ultimate Dirt TV for the Miller Family Trucking Esports League. It is the ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte, and they are going to show you the 4 wide salute. You see this front row, and look at the front row. Indeed, you have 3 countries in the front row. Clayton Davies, Alex Bergeron, and Bryce Bailey. You have the Canadians, you have the Australians, and you have the Americans on this front row. Indeed, 4 Canadians in the field, 2 Australians, I want to say 2 or 1 Australians in the field as well, and the rest is American field. So, who is going to win? The Canadians have run this series since the get-go. Who gonna knock off the 12 machine? But ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the sight of the 4 wide salute. Ladies and gentlemen, they give you an extra few laps to enjoy this sight of the 4 wide salute. But again, you see this front row, and Brett Wheeler, I gotta bust jokes on you, especially just because I can. It's nothing new.
Just be hang on. Just be careful in where you go with this, Alex, because you know I've always got to come back.
There's a 69K on the front row of a 4 wide salute. It's nothing new.
Yeah, but tell you what, I bet you wouldn't be on the front row if he actually drove down here himself.
Don't you test him.
Yeah,
Don't you test him.
I'll put the challenge out to him. Not that he'll accept it. Not that the bounty will be big enough for him to come down. The bounty wouldn't even cover a right rear tire.
Did you? Yeah. Speaking of those, did you hear that the price increase on tires now? Man, oh man. The price of racing has gone up over the past few years.
Tell you what, it hasn't gone up. The price of iRacing.
Exactly.
That's why we do it. Alex.
That's why we do it.
30 laps on the board, buddy. Round number 5 of the ABR Setup Shop 360 Winged Sprint Cars. Well, you're the voice of World of Thunder, mate. It's your race to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. It's time to throw down here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Alex Bergeron is off to the races already. Bryce Bailey goes to the inside now of Aiden Beerline. You see the 4 machine. That is Ross Kaiser. There's Clayton Davies. And again, watch these 3 cars in the 2 through 4th spot. Caution flag is out already here. So early problems on the initial start.
Just having a look and seeing what happened, or see if we can find out what exactly happened here. I think we found our culprit, Alex Robinson. Oh, jeebus. Bill Miller takes the back of Mayweather. Is that how you pronounce that name?
Mayweather.
Mayweather. Let's go with Mayweather. I'll tell you what, we've butchered some names today. But what's a broadcast on UDTV without butchering a name or two, right?
Nothing will be as great as when y'all threw me under the bus on my first broadcast on A World of Thunder, and we had maybe 20 names that were some of the hardest names to pronounce.
Look, we like to throw people in the deep end just to make sure it's, they can swim and not sink. Turns out you're a bloody goddamn good swimmer.
Yeah, don't tell me that because I actually can't swim.
Yeah, that was a metaphorical swim, mate. You know Tia Moppet. Now that girl can swim.
I was going to say Michael Phelps, but okay.
Yeah, don't worry about Phelps. No one cares about Michael Phelps. We're here for Tia Moppet. Let's be honest.
You can't trust Ryan Lochte.
I don't know who that is, but I'm ready for a sleep in a minute. Alex Bergeron leads us back to the green flag. We are starting what is lap 7 on the timing and scoring screen. Beerline, and look at Bailey to the race lead. Beerline runs in second. Kaiser third. Davies and Bergeron, they're side by side. Davies works the bottom. Kaiser into the wall. Yon to the outside. Look out. Oh, man. Carlin Kewer into the wall hard in turns number 1 and 2. Oh, boy. Sucks to be Carlin Kewer right about now.
The 7 machine of Carlin Kewer. It looks like Bill Miller hits the pits as well. So does Rylan Graves, though. A lot of cars caught up in some problems, but man, oh man. Talk about a little change here, Mr. Wheeler. We picked 3 cars there. He talked about it. He put the challenge out if we had to pick it there. But the bad thing that we haven't said is if Alex Bergeron goes to the 3rd spot on lap 20, because nobody would predict that one.
Oh, Jerry did with the rest of the field.
That's true. Good point.
I mean, he's part of the rest. He's part of the rest of the field.
Good point.
So we picked Bailey, Beerline, and Davies, right?
Yes.
I think that's solid. The only one that might upset that one is Ross Kaiser, but with the way he was just so loose there on the exit of turn number 4, that's a little worrying for me right now. And if I'm that number 4 machine, I'm probably wanting to tighten that race car up, maybe pull the wing back.
See, but the one thing, remember a broadcast, I forget how long ago it was. There was a broadcast where I picked Ross Kaiser to win it. It was USA.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was the busting joke of the 24 Hours of USA. And Kaiser hit the wall. Not once, not twice, not even 5 times. It was about maybe 8 times where he stepped on it, hit the wall. Caution comes out. He gets to stay in his spot. Had to go to the back, get a fast repair. Comes back out, gets back up front, hits the wall again. And then it comes down to the finish where Ross Kaiser basically, you said you pulled the magic rabbit out of the hat. Well, Ross Kaiser just decided, I'm going to shoot the rabbit there and take home the win.
Yeah, he didn't shoot one rabbit. He shot about 3 or 4 rabbits on that race. What was it? Stars of Tomorrow, I think that was, in the 410-wing sprint cars.
Yep. Where Ross Kaiser decided, you know what? I don't care about the magic tricks. I'm just going to win this race.
Yeah, he showed his own magic there as we wait under the yellow flag conditions. And speaking of Ross Kaiser, he's been given an EOL, so he'll go to the back of the field. And, well, that's going to put him in position number 23, I believe it is, because Jordan Gage is out of the event. In fact, it might even put him in like 22nd maybe. Yeah, 22nd for Ross Kaiser. Tough break for Ross in the number 4 machine. We are lights out hopefully next time by.
Take a look at who's in the 3rd spot right now. The one guy that, we were saying, besides Sherry Vansickle, who picked the whole field, the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron is in that 3rd spot right now. Do I see him staying in 3rd? Absolutely not. Do I see him battling it out? This battle for the lead will heat up, and you have 4 cars right now. All 4 cars have had a reputation of winning races and have been podium finishers throughout their careers. But can anyone knock off the 12 machine? It's any of these 3 drivers.
Tyler's saying that Jerry doesn't count. Well, Jerry does count. Jerry can count to like 3. That's where you need to be. As we're going to go back, green flag, lap 8 on the ticker is complete, which means that is 3 laps completed with 27 to run. DeWeese, no wait, sorry, that's Bailey. Bailey leads down the back straightaway. Beerline second. Here comes a big slide job by Bergeron there, man. That was tight like a tiger.
Oh, man, Bryce Bailey holds on to the lead there. Bergeron right now in the 3rd spot there. You see Beerline up top. Bryce Bailey, you talked about where he wanted this track to be. In the feature event, he's on the bottom side. Beerline up top. And right now, Bryce Bailey is holding on to the lead, but there goes the 13A as he goes up top now. He's going to try and take over the lead as there is the 13A. Aiden Beerline now holds on to the lead. What will Bryce Bailey do? Bailey going to go to the inside. He's going to slide job by the 69K. There goes Beerline now side by side. The 13A going to return the favors. He holds on to the lead.
Man, I tell you what, although these drivers must or might not want to battle each other for the race lead, it gives a chance. Here he comes, Bergeron, the double slider, but the yellow is out. That is taking a page out of Ross Kaiser's book at USA. Yellow comes out as the slide job comes into play. Let's see if we can figure out why the yellow is out here on the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Blaine Brink, your B-main winner here this evening. And, I think that was Bissett in the 2 machine. It was, and he says, hello, Tyre, let's take a dance, and you can take me to dinner later on. I think that deserves a big F in chat. Well, Alex, guess who's out in front? Not Lance Deweese anymore.
You know,
ouch.
I never thought the day would come where I would say the 69K threw a slider. Because it doesn't happen.
Yeah, isn't he just like a catfisher?
Listen here, when you got a historic motor builder in Davey Brown.
Just answer my question. Isn't he a catfisher? Just runs the bottom everywhere?
Well, that setup's made to run the bottom.
Okay. No, look, hey, I'm not bagging the bloke for it. I mean, if it works for him, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, how many times do I run the bottom here on iRacing? I love running the bottom at racetracks.
Well, the green flag is out, but you know what the most comparison is to what Lance Deweese and that 69K team have done for years? It's what Alex Bergeron has done for years. As a caution flag is back out.
I was going to say, what, never leave the Grove? Come on, you can't say you didn't walk into that one. Gee. Oh, that was poking your chin out saying, here, take a free shot.
Look, like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's a reason the man has 100 wins there.
Alex, we can go on. We can go back and forth on and on about this all night. Look, I'm not taking away from the fact that he's a phenomenal race car driver. But the fact, look, to me, the fact is that he hasn't accomplished, as far as I'm aware, he hasn't accomplished much outside of, Williams Grove or Port Royal or, those PA tracks.
You know what, actually, if you go back and watch that one, speaking of Port Royal, something he did last year, the 69K, him and Kyle Larson, we talked about him earlier, those two put on an instant classic at the Tuscarora 50 last year. And it came down to this. One thing that everyone decided, I'm going to argue with me on this one, but it proved it there at Port Royal. Kyle Larson was good in 2 states of the 3 that he can race, and it's called the top and the bottom. Kyle Larson on the middle of the racetrack fast time, he cannot run, and it was the reason he lost at Port Royal last season, was because the middle of the track was fast. You go back and look at every race that he did not win last year, the middle side was fast, and Kyle Larson could not run the middle.
That's because Kyle Larson sells T-shirts. All right, he is just an entertainer and a race car driver.
What do you mean? Don't you remember when iRacing held the Pro Invitational for the Dirt guys, and Danny Dietrich's first one on freaking hot mics was, "I'm just here to sell T-shirts."
How many T-shirts did he sell?
I don't know. Next time I see him at the racetrack, I'm going to ask him how many shirts did he actually sell from running iRacing.
I'm going with about 2, Alex. That would be my prediction.
2? I don't even give it 2. But green flag back out here on the raceway. Aiden Beerline is your leader. The 69K of Bryce Bailey goes to the inside there. Beerline going to hit the cushion there. He bobbles it, but he saves it. The 13A still holds on to the lead. 69K. Here goes Bailey now. Slide job by Bailey. Here goes Beerline to the inside. Watch out because the 12 and the 50 machine are gaining on the 2 of these guys right now as the slide jobs are battling. There comes the 12. 12 to the inside there. Now he takes over the second spot. Now he's going to go for the lead.
Yeah, Bergeron, he is just so methodical in the way he goes about things. Beerline back to the race lead down into turn number 1. He'll slide to the cushion, as does Bergeron. Bergeron cuts it back down to the middle of the racetrack on the exit of turn 2. Look at Bailey. He rockets the 69 into the race lead. And Bergeron, what a classy move that was. He could have kept the foot in the bucket and just driven Bryce Bailey up the racetrack, but he knew he wasn't going to get clear of him, so he backed out of the throttle. Clayton Davies up to position 3. He's now looking for a move on Aiden Beerline. Tyler Schultz, get ready, buddy. We are 3 laps away from finding out which one of these 3 drivers, and we've got 3 out of the 4 that we picked, and it's Bergeron at the moment who's got the spoils.
Bergeron now goes to the inside there as he gets by Aiden Beerline. And I told you, these 4 cars we're going to put on It's a Classic. But look who's in the 5th spot right now. Jerry St. Louis, who came from that LCQ up to 5th right now. But here we go. Beerline now and Clayton Davies going at it. Davies with a slide job on Beerline. That battles for the 3rd spot. The 50 and the 13A going at it side by side. As again, all these battles are going on. Here we go. Lap 20 is right now happening. The 50 machine and Aiden Beerline going at it. I think Brett Wheeler is going to happen because either one of these guys, we had them both picked. And right now, it's going to be Clayton Davies. He has the 3rd spot here on lap 20.
Better send those stars, buddy, because we picked it. And there is Aiden Beerline. He's back to 4th, so he's outside of a podium position. Bryce Bailey, what a drive by the number 2 machine on the 69K. Here comes Beerline. Well, on a technicality, Alex, on a technicality, I'm going to say that, no, I'm not going to go there because Jeremy St. Louis is closing in right now on Aiden Beerline. Remember, he started dead last in the C main.
As right now, take a look at this one. Did you see the comments of what Tyler Schultz put now? An extra bonus 500 on top of what he's going to put in if these 3 that we picked to be in that 3rd spot finish in the top 3 right now.
Stop it, Joe. That's exactly what I was going to say on a technicality. Lap 20 is actually technically lap 25. But nonetheless, that's Clayton Davies. Bryce Bailey still holds on to the race lead. Well, let's take a look at that's not that much of a gap right now for Bryce Bailey, but he's doing enough. Here comes Bailey. And this is technically lap 20. And Joe, I'll tell you what, this is lap 20 right now, and guess what? Clayton Davies still holds on to position 3, so you better make that an extra 500 on top of the 500 you already owe.
So and caution.
Actually, Joe can send 500 for that comment because that's what I was getting away from. Seems fair, right?
Oh, it's fair as can be.
As Coulter West, the driver, is the reason why we are under the yellow flag conditions. And Jack Gion, in fact, it was who got into the wall. Blaine Brink just tags or gets into the back of Coulter West, and Coulter West, well, I thought he might have been out and done and out, but well, he got hit there. And he is able to drive that car back to pit race. So very lucky is Coulter West. Actually, hey Alex.
Yes?
Depending on what the timing and scoring does here,
There's Joe's.
I was kidding, Joe, but thank you, Joe. Appreciate it, buddy. Timing and scoring is actually going to go back to, well, it should go back to lap 25 right now. So when we go green, which is this time by, it's still going to be Clayton Davies either way because it's single file restart because you can't pass until the start finish line. So do we go for another 500? No, we'll let these guys keep the money. Green flag back out. 10 laps left to run. Bryce Bailey, I picked him here. No, you picked him.
I picked him. We said if Alex Bergeron couldn't win it, who was going to win it? But here comes Bergeron to the inside. He slides up on Bryce Bailey. Bailey goes to the inside here, the 69K and the 12. And you know what? This is one of those feelings that I never thought I'd see the day. The 69K being one of the most winningest cars of Williams Grove in real life. And you have a dominating force in Williams Grove here on iRacing and Alex Bergeron. These two going at it here at the dirt track in Charlotte, though, and they're going side by side. This battle is for your lead.
And Tyler, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you living up to your word. Bergeron nearly tagged the left rear there of Bryce Bailey. Bailey goes back to the cushion. Slide job coming out. 7 laps left to run. This is the battle, ladies and gentlemen, for the race lead. And what a battle it is. Slide jobs galore being thrown at both Bryce Bailey and Alex Bergeron. But it is still Bryce Bailey who's just got the advantage. And you've got to wonder, what does Alex Bergeron have up his sleeve here in these final 6 laps? Because Bryce Bailey, Alex, he's just good there on the exit of turn 4. Here comes Bergeron once again, creeping on the inside.
Bergeron trying to go to the inside here. Now there's Bailey up top. Here goes Bergeron to the inside. Slide job by Bergeron. Here comes Bailey now back to the inside. This battle, again, is still for your lead. The 69K, that is Bryce Bailey. And you see Bergeron, both cars going to the bottom of 1 and 2. But never know what's going to happen in 3 and 4. Where's Bailey going to go? He goes topside. So does Bergeron. So these cars trying to find different ways to go at it. Here comes some lap traffic here late on in your feature. And there's Ballin Smith. Smith going to go a lap down. He's in the 19th spot. Now Mayweather, Brink, those guys better keep an eye out because here comes, never mind, caution. Flag is out. Oh, boy. Yeah, adds some more drama to it.
Yeah, I was just going to add, as you said, here comes the yellow flag. Boy, oh, boy. Can you believe it? Oh, no. Don't tell me again. This is Blaine Brink in the 21. Second time in a row. Let's see what happens here on your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. I'm guessing he may have caught the tie here. Oh, catches the grass first. Upside down, around, and gee, that was very close as well. They got it back going again.
So now, might have to bust some jokes on Tyler Schultz. He said pick the top 3. Well, 2 out of the 3 are picks when you look at it.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. When we pretty much handed Bergeron the win, right? We then had to, we then picked a driver each, which you picked Bryce Bailey, I picked Aiden Beerline, and right now, as it stands, Landon Cardoza is in 3rd. Holy cow, where did he come from?
Well, you look at that for a second. Those two were going at it. That was Beerline and Davies were going at it. Cardoza now takes over your 3rd spot. St. Louis still in your 5th spot here. So add some drama to that mid-pack there with Beerline, Cardoza, St. Louis. Pike is also in the mix there, as Jareth Pike has been impressive over the past few weeks. We've seen him. We have to talk to him a few times, and he's been impressive. But here we go. You have the battle for the lead between Bergeron and Bailey, Cardoza, Beerline, Davies, St. Louis. All those guys will be going at it for a podium spot. So here we go. When this green flag happens, it's going to be hot. It's going to be heavy. And there's going to be some action that we can't catch. But the green flag, oh, never mind.
The yellow is going to stay on the racetrack. Now, I get the feeling that Rebecca Millette may have actually been turned here. Maybe by Coulter West. I don't want to say for sure. But here it is. This is the this is coming up to the green flag. Oh, gee, oh no. Okay, apologies to Coulter West. She actually just got into the back of, I believe it was Joe Howe in front of her. I mean, there's really, the cars try and tighten up going into turn number 3, and then all of a sudden you get guys that just don't check up and they run into the back of of the person in front, and that's what creates that accordion effect. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Brett.
You know what time it is? It's not peanut butter jelly time.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, no, I'm only kidding. It's 3 laps left to run.
I'd say, don't you dare. Not yet.
I'm going to dare.
Not yet. The green flag is back out. Here we go. Bryce Bailey again leads us into turn 1 and 2. Alex Bergeron goes to the top side. Bailey on the bottom side. Here we go. You see Aiden Beerline, Landon Cardoza. That battle is for your third spot, but we're going to keep it up front here because there goes Bergeron. Now they're going to swap line, slide job, and you see Bailey already calculated it. Here we go, side by side. Bailey takes the lead back. Bergeron up top. This battle is for your top spot. There's a battle for your third spot as well.
Gotta say, this is a great battle on for the race lead. Great battle on for third position. Bergeron stays low through turn number 3 and 4. Can he get the run? I think he led the 34th lap. What flag is that? Alex, bring us home.
Bryce Bailey clipped the wall there in turn 1 and 2. Alex Bergeron going to hold the bottom side. Here comes Bailey. Bailey gets the run. He hits the grass. Oh, man. Slide job there on Beerline. Now we got a photo finish the round. It is Bergeron, Bailey, Beerline, Cardoza, St. Louis, your top 5.
Wow. Can you believe it? He waits until the final lap to do something about a victory. Your feature race results coming up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Bergeron will win again here in the ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars over Bryce Bailey and Aiden Beerline. Technicality, hey, Tyler Schultz, we've just picked the top 3. Landon Cardoza in 4th and Jeremy St. Louis from the C main, Alex, from position, I want to say, position 14 in the C main, or position 13, to a top 5 in the main event. A hell of a run for him.
Then you have Clayton Davies in the 6th spot, Rylan Gray, James Grace, Bill Miller with another top 10 in the 9th spot, and Sean Sheehan in the 10th spot.
11th, we'll go to Carlin Kewitt. Joe Howell in 12th. Coulter West in 13th. Ross Kaiser in 14th. And Rebecca Millette in 15th. Good drive by Rebecca.
16th, Jordan Mayweather, Bowen Smith, Timothy Korkiakowski, Blaine Brink, and Jareth Pike will round out your top 20.
Then we go back to Jack Sion in 21st. Dakota Kuhn, Matteo Bissett, and Jordan Gage in the 24th position. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back with your top 3 podium interviews right on the other side of this.
And we are back here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the Miller Family Trucking Esports League. It's the ABR Setup Shop 360 Wing Sprint Cars coming home in the 3rd spot tonight. And man, oh man, had to make it a close call there. Aiden Beerline. Talk about a fun race there, a fun racetrack, but you had to fight for everything you got, and you got a podium finish here tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely nice. I mean, the top 3 to 5, maybe 6-ish, were like all on top of each other time-wise. Just like mid-ish of the race, I got stuck in the second group, and the moment I got around them and figured out what I was doing wrong, around laps 10 to 25-ish, I figured something out and started wheeling them in at the end, but was unlucky and just needed a little bit more time. But I'll take a 3rd place any day of the week.
Take a 3rd place here, and you talk about for a quick second that battle for the lead between you, Bryce Bailey, Clayton Davies, Alex Bergeron. The top 4 of you were battling it out for early on in that race.
Yeah, I would like to say I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I was the only one that was committed to the top pretty much the whole entire race. Only went to the bottom once or twice, and I know early on the bottom was really there. So I just didn't want to run the bottom and then end up getting blown by on the top. So I just figured run the top and then get the momentum down the straights.
Well, who do you got to thank for a podium finish, and who's back in that 13A machine?
First off, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, my mom, my dad, y'all for putting on an amazing show, Redline Race Designs, just everyone in the car and everyone that helps me out week to week and daily.
That is your third place finisher, the 13A of Aiden Beerline. And Brett Wheeler, you are talking to our second place finisher. Rocking the 69K was Bryce Bailey.
Now standing by with Lance DeWeese. Oh, no, sorry. He's not here. He's not in Charlotte. He never comes to Charlotte. But Bryce Bailey home in second spot. Bryce, man, that was a heck of a run between yourself and Alex Bergeron. Man, talk us through those closing 3 laps.
Oh, yeah, we're really good. I tried something tonight. And I tried something for the middle tonight, and we went everywhere but the middle tonight, and the car was the best I've had ever on iRacing, and I don't think I've ran sprint cars for 3 months, and we just found something tonight. Hopefully we can use it moving forward to go toe-to-toe with the best. That was a good time, and Alex just found the top and 1-2 at the end of the race, and I just didn't see it coming, and so he just ran a smarter race than me.
Before that caution come out, for 5, 6, 7, 8 laps, whatever, however many laps it was, he'd throw the slider in 3 and 4. You'd cut underneath him. Going into the final 3 laps, you went into 3 and 4, and he somewhat tried to keep the bottom. He tried to take that line away so you couldn't use the cut down line. How did you prepare yourself for the next 2 laps after you'd seen that happen?
Yeah, I seen it. He threw it there and tried to stick the bottom, and I was able to just squeeze by him on the bottom. I knew he was going to do it again. And I didn't think the bottom was good enough for him to try to hold it in 3 and 4, and he planted it really good and sort of just beat us into 1 and 2, and he just stuck the bottom really good. And probably should have went to the top in 3 and 4, but I thought he was going to slide himself. But we can sit here and say we could have done this and that, but he just ran a smarter race at the end.
Well, man, a heck of a drive by you tonight. Unfortunately, you fall just a little short of a main event victory, but man, tell you what, you must have some good people behind you backing you on this iRacing deal.
Yeah, for sure. GTR simulators, huge part. Coach's Pizza, FX Caprera, Lance DeWeese Esports, and just everybody that's helped me through my real career also.
All right, Bryce Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, home in second spot. Alex Robinson caught up with your winner here tonight.
Coming home with a win yet again. It's the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. This one, though, you've dominated some feature events in the past, but this one, they did not make it easy for you tonight.
Oh, definitely. Fillmore was more to fuel, I would say. Just didn't expect to be 30 laps to 35. Not much of a difference from 30 to 35, but that little difference makes the difference in the end. So the car was a bit tough to run up there, and the track was very, very slick tonight. I think it's the first time it's been this slick in the last 4 races and in the future. So definitely had to get used to it. It's been a while to run 360 around this place, and bottom came in pretty good, and just did the right move there, waited for the right opportunity, and did what I had to do. So I got the winner tonight.
Now, talk about this for a second. Through last season in the 410s, and now this season in the 360s. Out of 15 races, you have won 14 of them. So talk about the dominating performance for that 12 and Team ABR Esports in the past 2 seasons.
I mean, we've been doing our best, and we're just driving the car. We're just driving as far as we can go, and always do the best we can, and always be at the front as much as possible, and trying to not get any bad lucks or anything like that. Just trying to get the best results we possibly can get, and that's what happened. We're pushing ourselves every week, and we get results.
And now we know you got a lot of great people backing you, especially that number 14 machine of Rebecca Millette, who made it through the C and the B main to make it into the A main. She had a heck of a run there, and the Team ABR Esports crew. But there's a lot of great sponsors on those 2 cars. Who do you got to thank for another great performance?
Yeah, definitely everyone on Team ABR Esports, Rebecca and Jason, of course, of what they all do for this team, and all together, a small team like this, we can be up front and try and do our best. She definitely did good once again tonight. Definitely good for the points. And she's up to 5th now in point standings. So we're, I think, 94 drivers total. So I think that's pretty good. And I think we're just going to keep on improving from now on, and keep doing our best. And the rest is we got to keep going. So there's definitely all of our partners: CSI Shocks, Blood Jacat, BK Designs, Marine Farm Equipment, ABR Setup Shop, CD Symptography, Stucco, Wraps and Stitches, Grass D3R, and of course, all the fans out tuning in, watching tonight, and yes, we're doing an awesome job broadcasting, and Wolf Thunder for putting us up, and all the partners of the series, and everyone that did good tonight, on this ABR Setup Shop. I'd say team. It's a different team than Team ABR Esports, but definitely everyone that the community of ABR Step Shop doing very good tonight once again. So congrats to everyone, and we'll take the win in the night.
That is your winner once again, Alex Bergeron. Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap things up, Miller Family Trucking Esports League, but I'd like to thank all their sponsors: Miller Family Trucking, DirtFan.com, Worldwide iRacing League Association, SRT Australia. Oh, nope, wrong sponsor. Extreme Savage, SRW, Scout Freight Straps, ABR Setup Shop, 127 Industries, and World of Thunder Esports League. Now over to the Ultimate Dirt TV sponsors for all their great support: SRT Australia, Heatwave Designs, FEGPC, Locked On Lads, Spartan Logistics, Speed Shop 51, and the World of Thunder Esports League for all their great support and continued support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. For Brett Wheeler, I'm Alex Robinson, signing off here from the dirt track at Charlotte.